Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Expo Radio. Today on the bench we have an Icom IC F-121. And as you can see, the screen is flashing, the backlight is not on, and it will not transmit. Now, I've run into this issue before with these radios. What happens is the ribbon cable that connects the control head here to the rest of the radio, the body, can have issues because it's pinched in such a way that over time the traces in the ribbon cable go bad. Or sometimes it's loose in the socket, and a lot of the time you can just reseat it on either end and it'll fix the problem, but I don't want to rely on that, so I'm going to replace it. They're pretty easy to find on eBay, and I've had a couple radios do it, so it's the only kind of common issue I've ever seen with these radios. Otherwise, they're bulletproof, unless you have a terrible SWR or lightning strike or something. Then you'll have some issues with filtering and whatnot on the output. But other than that, it's pretty solid radio. These things are great. So let's dig in and I'll show you how to repair it. Well, as you can see, high voltage line, we clearly have the high voltage line because something's working. So we're going to have 13.8 volts in here. There we go. So VCC is the same high voltage line, which is controlled by the power switching circuit Q23 and Q24. Power switch is pushed, CPU outputs power on control signal. Now, we'll look at that in a second. Common 5 volt for the CPU. So we must be getting 5 volts to our control head for it to be operating, or the HV. Let's investigate this Q23, Q24 on the main unit here. Because we clearly have power on this end. But is it powering the main unit? Q23 is literally that switch that I just pulled 13.8 from. Q24 is what turns it on. So I have 13.8 volts directly coming in. 0.9. I have no voltage coming from the output. Q24 and 0.65 volts out of Q24. I'm getting 5 volts at Q24. I have a feeling that Q24 is getting its 5 volt signal and only 0.6 volts coming out from here is not turning this on. Q23 is what turns on IC9. Let's take a look here. Q23 IC9 is the 8 volt regulator. Nothing there. So obviously Q23 turns on IC9. Power on 4.9 volts, which is what I'm getting. I'm getting. It could even be Q23 that's bad. If this is shorted at all. It's not. Not any short. So, okay, well, I have Q24. I do not have Q23 at the moment, but this is for shits and giggles. What happens if we bump our power supply up? Give it 13.8 volts. And then we inject this on the output here. The radio powers up. Well, it isn't programmed properly, but that's fine. That's something we can adjust later. All right, well, let's see if I can find an alternate for that MOSFET in my pile of goodies.
1 week later.
Hey, hey. That solves our problem. No more flashing screen. Change through. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Well, let's put it back together and just make sure it's working. All right. Let's give her a test. Audio check 1 2 3, putting out 44.8 watts.
Audio check 1 2 3, putting out 44.8 watts.
That is beautiful. Now I can give this radio back to its owner, and we'll move on to the next one. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time on the bench.